We started. How everyone? Today we're getting Eclipse Empire versus Lobster. Eclipse Empire playing Survivor. The first map is Red Church. We are running a little bit late, so we started immediately. The first
Mhm,
two picks, as we can see, are going to be Mechanic and Antiquarian. I'll just type it out for
Yep.
myself.
mhm. Definitely very strong picks for round one. I definitely agree with these picks. Usually Antiquarian is more of a it's not usually a round one, but lately it has been more common. And also, Mechanic is a very strong pick, especially in the current meta.
Yeah, for sure. Mechanic going, we've seen it in co-op, we've seen it everywhere. Going against
Mhm.
Halabaloo and Goatman, doing a lot of things because she can guarantee either the decoding or the kiting, or even both after some time. Uh, Very good. And then we'll see for the rescuer as first officer.
So, definitely very solid team comp. It is a lot of harassing with the, you know, with both Auntie and Cordy, but
Maybe
so
we'll
it
see
might be.
excitement.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, I could even see a Goatman here, a Goatman pick rather
Halabaloo.
than a Hullabaloo. But to be honest, both work really well.
I mean, it's the better for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to wait for the personas, and then we'll be able to see the hunter pick. Like you said, though, it's most likely going to be a Goatman on that. We don't think that. Uh, just because of the coordinator mostly and the first officer, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely. Now, adjusting the persona builds, we'll soon be seeing what Fafa is going to pick. Now, Fafa is very well known for his Soul Weaver, but it is probably not going to be that round one, especially with this team comp. I wouldn't imagine a Soul Weaver pick. But oh,
The edging the Hellenver is crazy. We'll see though.
maybe.
Yeah, Goatman.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this pick. It's probably the best you can go for here. It doesn't necessarily have to be excitement, but I do think that you can afford bringing excitement with Goatman. While Hullabaloo, like yes, you can block the survivors from using their skills, but at some point they're gonna have to use it. And Cordy is pretty good actually. You know
Yeah.
her gun stuns for 5 seconds, I think.
Yes.
So very long stun. And spawning in between the mechanic and Anti. Now we see that both coordinator and mechanic have full kiting build, while Anti has only flywheel, borrow time, and the first officer has borrow time and tide.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. So we're aiming here, as we see, to get the two kitings, or at least hoping that Goldman is going to chase one of them. If he
mhm,
does bring excitement, he could afford to chase the Antiquarian first instead. But even then, it's going to leave the mechanic free to decode with the bot and herself. So it's not necessarily the best option. We're probably going to see them chase the mechanic here. The spawns are giving very much the mechanic, like we said. Antiquarian could because she's close. The coordinator is too far. She's in Godkite as well, so we're probably not going to see them chase her. And then the first officer is just first officer. There's no actual reason to chase him here, especially because he's in middle. And if they do go for him, he's probably just going to go for graveyard or reception.
mhm.
So most likely mechanic, yeah. And now we'll have to see.
We'll probably see the coordinator leaving that side of the map for the mechanic, so that she has the full graveyard and God Kite to herself. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Alright, so we're starting, and as we can see, Mechanic already dropped her bot on the ground, moving it a little bit, but going, and then the Goatman is immediately going to go straight up for her, leaving the bot on the ground, not touching it. We're really just going to aim to go for that Mechanic, try to get the first down very quickly. We do see her, and we're able to get the first hit, actually really well done here in the Palette Mind game, not letting her get that pallet on him, and we're just going to be able to get immediately a second cage in with enough energy. We don't know exactly where she is, but we have an idea, and we do see her here. And this time we're not getting it. We do have the cage. We'll see where it's going to go. Just a pallet mind game with the cage. It's a little bit too high. And the cage actually didn't last long enough. And we're going to be able to see the mechanic kiting a little bit more. Enough energy for a second cage. We're going to be able to block her here. And she's not actually be able to go through. Again, the flywheel was
Flywheel?
used. And then the hit here. Unfortunately, the kite was cut short a little bit before blink. We have 60%, 50%, and 50%.
Definitely. Apart from the first hit, it was a decent kite from a mechanic. If we talk, and she still has her bot down, so this is actually a good situation for the survivors.
Yes, for sure. It is a good situation. We're having, like you said, the bot, and then first officer only took a chip hit, which is better. And mechanic again taking another chip hit thanks to cage going down right before, meaning that she can kite a little bit longer. We're getting closer from full presence, however, and she's a little bit too much in open space. And we're going to get the hit. We have one cipher done and another one who's going to pop soon.
Mm-hmm. Mechanic Cipher is, I think the 15%? That one
Yes.
is here. And First Officer Cipher is at 65. However, it is right next to the chair, so he's gonna leave it. Um, I would say that they may risk, uh, you know, losing their advantage just because the cipher here is right next to the chair.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like they're trying to sell and starting a new cipher, just in case, because this one is too close to the hunter. Um, I don't know if selling is the right choice. I mean, the coordinator had the gun, but maybe it is just to get that extra decoding done. We see that the hunter goes for the coordinator, it seems.
Yeah, we're searching for her. We're actually gonna be able to find her here. She does have her gun, and we missed the dash bat actually, and we're not gonna use the gun too early. Missed the flywheel, unfortunately. We do have a full kiting build, however. Ciphers are not looking too bad. We do have the bot on the ground somewhere. Missing the other dash bat actually, but not getting the hit here, and we're gone through the cage. We might use the gun, but the blink sadly killing her down. We are going to switch straight to the teleport. We do have the gun still, and we are going to be at one cipher left by the time that we get the chair. Sadly, the cipher with 66% is the one right aside of church, which is going to be difficult to decode because the chair is near.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that they should have prioritized finishing that cipher. However, they still have a chance depending on how they handle the rest of this match. Now, the Antiquarian is getting cut off very early, meaning that the first officer probably won't be able to decode because he'll have to rescue. Um, going still going after the Antiquarian, actually going back to the cipher. It seems actually going back to the chair, trying to kind of control the cipher progress.
Yeah, and now we are getting the rescue. Yes, yes, exactly. Here, we're actually able to get the dash back immediately, getting her down. So we're going to be able to just cancel that. And the ciphers are not looking great right now. Still 66% in a side of church, and then 19% the other cipher. Not really looking great. We are going to have the kill as well. And here, missing the hit actually. And we are able to get this stick. And the cage is also down. We are going to switch and go immediately for that cipher. The sad part right now is just that coordinator still didn't use her gun, meaning it is on the ground. First officer will be able to pick it up at some point. Antiquarian still with a lot of stick here, and first officer using a watch, sadly too late and getting a hit.
At this point, the cipher progress is okay. They have another cipher started, but it is the one in graveyard, which is pretty close to this one. They have another cipher on the other side of the map at top broken, but it seems like they won't go for it and trying to pressure these two instead. This is
Oof,
the case.
barely
At,
missed it, yeah.
mhm. At this point, this cage isn't gonna get a hit, but he's gonna try again and actually getting the hit. Barely missed the flywheel this time.
Yeah, and now we are going to have the first officer trying to push the other cipher in graveyard, 44% as of now. Stop the decoding just so that Fafa tries to guess where he's going to be and try to see which cipher he's gonna be, but the ciphers are so close that he can just stand in between them and just try to get a cage near and ready for the dash back, just like this, and getting another down. Unfortunately, Intercurrent goes down here at 60%, and we do have teleport for the first officer.
Yeah, and also he's just a chip away, so even without cage, he's dead. And he's gonna go back in time probably to get the antiquarian. So it seems like
Yes.
this is gonna be a 4 kill for the first matchup.
Yeah. Beautiful dash back though on the first officer, I must say.
Mhm. Yep, very very nice job. Um, I will say that oh, getting up, but
Is it
right
really a
now,
game to play? That's the question. Oh, blocked inside. Oh, the cage going down, and we're gonna actually be able to do the rescue, I think. Maybe
he is
not.
cage up, but he does have the stun.
Wrong side of
He
the wall.
doesn't get the rescue actually. She can just wait for the cage to be down because he doesn't have any energy.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're gonna be able to see the first officer leaving, and using the watch to be able to get away. And the Antiquarian still with some stake on her and ready to kite as well. We do have them both splitting ways so that Goma has to guess where they are. We're trying to hide ourselves a little bit so that Entercran can come back, but in the end, we'll just be going for the first officer immediately.
I mean, what I think, the problem is that now the Antiquarian is very far from the cipher. Beautiful step back. She's just got to the cipher now, and isn't gonna prime it in time. I don't actually. She might,
I mean,
but
even if
she's
she
gonna
does,
leave it.
she's the only one. She doesn't. She needs to play for dungeon right now. Well, we're actually gonna drop.
Yep, yep, definitely. Um, I mean, if she got the rescue off again, it would have been kind of crazy. We see that the Goatman is currently looking for her. Doesn't see her actually behind him,
Yeah,
and
barely missing the blood trails.
mhm. Now near the bot, there is also the bot that should have some progress in it if they wanted to, and it also gives tinnitus to the hunter. So he's he might even kill it at this point just to or just leaves it. I mean, he knows that the tinnitus is given from the bot. At this point, just looking for the antiquarian, probably knows that she's around that cipher.
Yeah, we're searching. We're trying to find her. We still have the tinnitus from the bot, and now we lost it. And now we're getting tinnitus from Antiquarian. We're gonna actually try to search for her. We're not holding for the cage anymore. We do have max energy. First officer can get up by himself if we need to. Goman does have teleport though, so the cipher is always at risk. Antiquarian here walking around. I think we were able to spot the pedals here, yeah, and we are going to be able to see the blood trails and find the Antiquarian. She is going to continue her kite. First officer getting up,
Very
getting the flywheel, and then the stick. We're actually able to do a lot of things. We're teleporting to the wrong cipher, sadly. First officer is not here, is in graveyard. He has the gun from coordinator, which is going to help him extend his kite a little bit. Antiquarian now though. Oh, and we're actually missing that.
I feel like if the first officer here decided to, get up and shoot him going for the 88% cipher, maybe he could have almost primed it. So forcing the Goatman to pick him up.
Yeah, you're right.
But right now, you see that he's after the Antiquarian, who still has one stun left.
And
Decides
she
to
is
use
getting
it,
it.
but
She's not breaking the cage.
at this point, she is just dead.
Yeah,
This seems like this seems like a 4K by Fafa. But I will say
yeah.
that the survivors played it very well to the very end. Almost getting at least a 1K almost. Unfortunately, not getting it, but they worked hard for it.
Yeah, they did. Oh, let me do something. You come here. Alright. Let us resume. I need to type stuff. Okay. Seven, come here.
Sorry.
Come here.
I'm
Can you
here.
invite Killer Boss?
Yep, I can.
Thank you.
Alright, let me invite him real quick. And now we'll soon be in. Um, just waiting for him to accept the invite. I'm gonna invite Shubi in the meanwhile. Can you open the 5 spot?
Yes.
Thank you. Just waiting to be able to get him in. Okay.
Alright, now we're here. We'll just go here immediately. Okay. Invite team captains, please. Invite the hunter first. Thank you.
I think
It's
it's.
it's EE.
Yep. He's inviting.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
GG, go up.
Alright.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. So already a 4-kill match from the start round of first half. Now, the idea is having to get at least a 4K from EE's side, which, I mean, in round one is definitely possible, but it probably means playing a meta hunter.
Yeah, for sure. Either Hullabaloo or Goatman once again,
Mm-hmm.
but it's worth it because they need the 4K to not lose the advantage that
Yep.
they are going, the disadvantage that they're going to be put at.
Yep.
What are we waiting for here? I'm trying to still wait. I'm looking.
Probably waiting on the last
Yeah,
survivor. So, yeah.
we're waiting still.
Yep, waiting for the last person.
Finally,
And
we
it
had
looks like
them.
they're here.
Yep,
Um, just waiting for for them to press ready.
just 100 now.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. All right, so we're going into the second half of round one. Oh, I hear a Sylvia from the background.
Mhm. Yep, we do. Probably on, you know, on visit mode.
Maybe round two, maybe round three.
Yeah, that's a great question. Now, waiting on the first 2 bans from the hunter side. I wonder what we'll see. At this point, you have to ban. I mean, I feel like the characters they started with, EE, they should be banned. Mechanic and Antiquarian are very strong. However, Gravekeeper is also a very valid ban
Yes.
because you take out a very solid rescuer and mechanic. So definitely trying to get rid of that the coding, the cipher rush.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna see a perfumer first,
Definitely a very interesting pick.
especially against Lobster, which he could potentially get a skill cancel.
Not only that, but also the fact that Perfumer gives a lot of presence, and these hunters live off of presence. Like, you
Yeah,
know.
full presence and game's over.
So we also see the Puppeteer already making a very tanky team. We'll be betting Knight, it seems.
Yeah, Knight is great, but at this point we don't see him that much. There
Most
are
of the
better rescuer than him.
I also don't think that that knight is the best choice for like an actual rescuer. He's usually picked as a second rescuer because
Yeah,
he can bring kiting ability and still has the shield.
yeah,
But
exactly.
we'll be seeing an aeroplanist, which could be the potential rescuer. It's not I mean, it's not the safest, but also it is not a bad pick. I will say.
Now here the priestess ban a little bit late.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Usually, if priestess is not picked in the first three, she's usually just not picked. So,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Already
will be
is.
seeing first officer.
I mean, looking at the Steam Cup, it's very strong, very annoying. I personally think that the best target here is the perfumer if you really have to go after somebody. And at this point, I feel like I'd rather go as Hullabaloo than Goatman because the issue with unless you go Goatman and you go after the puppeteer, but I feel like Hullabaloo is just a safer pick into this team comp.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because you have the perfumer and the puppeteer, like you said. Aeroplanes can make distance against Hullabaloo, but otherwise it's not that much. Um, we are living off of presence, like you said, especially for Hullabaloo because first presence can get a lot extra balls just because pallets and windows are not an obstacle anymore for him. And then full presence is going to help, and perfumer and puppeteer are there just for that.
Yeah, to be honest, as long as if you play Hullabaloo into the Steam Comp, as long as you don't go after the Aeroplanist first, it will be fine. He's the only character you shouldn't choose at no presence. The rest
Yeah.
is fine because they
Oh,
give presence, they take hits. Ah, boy, that's very interesting. I mean, we did
yeah.
see the mono puppeteer, but I didn't expect to actually see the exploit pick here.
Especially in
Not,
round one.
not exactly a 4 kill hunter, but they might
Yeah.
surprise. Maybe they'll show us what Expo is really for. For
Yeah, for
Kill
sure.
Hunter. But seeing the Expo just adjusting his persona now, we'll soon be getting into the spawn selection. Probably gonna do a very similar spawn to the last one. Maybe instead of going mid broken, going for red carpet as a first officer is going there. And for builds, we see triple tide actually,
And
and
four Sui, all Sui.
yep. I
We're
mean,
really
at
aiming
this
for that one escape, yeah.
yeah, it's safer to just go for it, and it almost seems like they were expecting the. I mean, if you look at it this way, Puppeteer doesn't need doesn't necessarily need the the flywheel because he has the puppet. But it almost feels like they were preparing a lot for the hullabaloo, probably more than the axe boy. But also, it works just fine because they have triple flywheel.
Yeah. They
So,
can basically just cancel the souls, which is going to be amazing for them.
hmm I feel like Perfumer is still the best choice here because if you go after the puppeteer, he can still. I mean, yes, they do have double tide, but he can still rebound after if he lives up enough for tide to end. He
Yeah.
still has a bit. So better to go after a perfumer that if, has a limit of usage instead of you know the puppeteer that still has potential to kite, especially after a cipher pop, which could be happening here if we don't get a really fast down, probably.
So
Alrighty.
now we're starting, and we are going to head towards what seems like the puppeteer. Not what we were expecting, but at the same time, it's okay. And we are going to see the puppeteer immediately switching, going towards um, the church, and we are going as the airplane is towards mid broken. Everyone rotating right now. First officer here, waiting a little bit, giving going to go do the Cypher in middle, Perfumer going inside of Graveyard. We're still rotating, we're still setting up our game, and we are going to see First Officer starting his Cypher in Church, Aeroplane is starting his Cypher. Beautiful soul on the Puppeteer, however, getting that soul on the Puppeteer. However, he did use Lewis and was able to get just a chip. We are going to see a blink build for the Axe Boy, another tree put down here, and God Palette is gone. We are kiting still. Cyphers are already looking uh, good for the Cypher plan, and we are going to see if the kite is going to be long enough. Already blink here ready. We are probably going to see it be used, maybe not.
Seems like he will take another hit now. Might be going for the blink next, but the player might expect it because he didn't use any peepers, and usually that means that the hunter is gonna bring, you know. Oh,
Ooh, amazing
unexpected soul
flame.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Second progress is actually not the greatest, but also it's fine because it's an exploit. They can even afford to sell after a first rescue if they really wanted to. However, they do have double tight, so they really have a lot of choices open at this point. If they want to go for a win and give them like a lot of points advantage, they will probably rescue both times. Trying to cut off the first officer, gets a hit through the pocket watch and goes for the rescue. And we see a very clean rescue from the first officer. Not gonna get the double down, most likely. And yep, splitting up.
yeah, and the two ciphers already done here, and we are going to be able to get the soul hit on him. Amazing blind soul here, getting that hit, and Tide is going to run out very soon. We are going to be able to get the second hit in an area with no ciphers near whatsoever. Giving, oh, but we're actually going to try to bring him back a bit more towards maybe even the basement here. And
Mhm.
yeah, we're actually going to take the basement, trying to get that kill. But will they decide to sell because of the basement, or will they rescue? Aeroplane is here, still has his Tide if we want to bring it, but we will
Mhm.
see. First officer
Also,
healing as well.
he probably saw the two healing because he saw the flames when he was going to a basement. Sees the tinnitus, so he probably expects them to go for the rescue. I do think it's not necessary, but the cipher progress is also a bit lower than it should be. Is what I will say. So they can definitely go for it. I mean,
Yeah,
right now, right now they have around 65 on one cipher, the highest, almost 65 on the other one as well, and 40 on another. Gets a perfume. He's already full presence. The aeroplane is now taking over middle, and now dodges the flame.
yeah, and we do have the flywheel on the perfume. Plus, oh, we're not actually gonna get either the flywheel nor the perfume. The ciphers are looking a little bit better now. Axeboy still having blink though. We might see that blink soon. Two ciphers, one at 95, the other one at 90, not being decoded right now. We are going to be able to see that perfumer kite a little bit more. Perhaps a blink coming here, the speed boost, and I'm waiting for that blink, but we might just not use it in the end. The
Probably.
ciphers, though, one at 65% and the other one still sitting at 90%. We are having both of them pushing the cipher at that's at currently 85.
And he probably won't use his blink because it's he knows that Cipher Progress is too ahead by now because the perfumer gave just about enough time for them to be able to recover the Cipher Progress they kind of were a bit behind on. And now the airplane is going for the rescue.
Ooh,
Barely is.
very good, very good, very pretty jetpack. Here now the
Probably
cipher's prime. They do have that, and we're actually gonna TP and immediately pop.
TP to the gate actually.
Actually, yeah, that's really sad because the pop happened right before the TP, meaning that he TP to the gate instead of the cipher.
Yep, going back, but at this point, the first officer can just go for the back gate and probably gonna get at least the one escape that they need. He sees the airplane is there, but will go for the perfumer in this case, and now we see that she probably will get hit by the soul here. Very nice job. Didn't use her flywheel in this match at all, and
Yeah,
it seems like they will get the tie, which is gonna be a loss for round one from EE's side. But I will say that they're not too behind on points. Like it's still doable, I would say. Um, but yeah, very nice job from both
yeah.
teams.
All right, so we are going to be heading into round two.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So, current situation is that obviously, Lobster has 5 points lead. The points looking 7-2. At this point, it is a bit harder for them. However, it is still possible to recover unless they go for a tie strategy, which is gonna still keep them in advantage on Lobster's side. So right now, waiting to see if there is any subs from either teams. It seems like there aren't gonna be any subs for Lobster. Might be seeing a sub from EE, but we'll have to wait.
We're still waiting for the decision.
Yep, yep. Just waiting on them to confirm if there are any subs or if there aren't. And seems like they will be communicating that soon.
No subs.
Okay.
All right, then we are going to be into the map picking and banning phase.
Mhm. Oh,
Oh, never mind.
so it seems like there is actually a hunter sub from EE's side, and
Oh, we're not sure apparently.
yeah, we'll just wait. Oh,
Hmm.
a little bit of miscommunication, but yeah, it seems like there is a hunter sub going on right now, and at this point they just have to ban the map, and they're banning Arms Factory. It wasn't banned before, right?
No, it wasn't banned nor picked. It was ever sleeping, and the map was
Okay,
church.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, it seems like they will be picking hospital.
And hospital would be the map, yeah.
So, hospital is usually this map you can decide to bring if you're confident in your hunter that they can get the result they need, which is even at least a tie, which is already good on hospital considering it's a survivor-sided map. Um, Betting everything on their survivor side at this point, and survivors of EE will be going first.
All right, invite Hunter first, please. So, Lobster,
Yep.
because otherwise it makes a clutter, and I learned that.
Yep.
All right, so banned Hunter is Goatman.
All right.
Survivors,
Now I'm waiting
Mechanic,
the other
Cord,
team.
and T.
All right, waiting for the captain, I think, of EE to get off the team so I can invite them.
Yes. There we go.
Right.
Okay, and we're starting.
Right. Now, immediately getting into the bands, we'll be seeing probably a seer, maybe even a priestess band at this point, considering it's a seer knight. They could go for a priestess here, considering she's not global band or band, and it's a very strong character. However, he might go for something that even counters her. We'll be seeing a hullabaloo band from the survivor side. Very wise choice, considering you do not want to go after a hullabaloo, and he does not have, um, Goatman anymore.
We're waiting for the survivor picks, and we're actually gonna go for psychologist and priestess is available. Puppeteer.
So very solid team already. And Ento will be banned here, it seems, or maybe not. Seeing the female dancer pick, probably also painter ban, which is very interesting. However, we do have the female dancer coming in. Very, I will say the team lacks I mean, they could go for a stronger team comp, but already Puppeteer and Psych are fine. It depends on the hunter he picks here, really. And we'll be seeing the last pick and ban. We saw the Fair Investigator ban and Grave Peak. Oh my God, Gravekeeper
Grave
pick.
Peaker. We're getting Grave Peaker now. I'm gonna call him like that.
Alright, forget about what I just said. I'm going insane, definitely. But adjusting personas now. Soon to see the hunter pick. Looking at this team comp, what do you think about it?
I mean, looking at the team comp, obviously we do have a Gravekeeper here and a Puppeteer, so that's good. But we're not expecting neither Goldman nor Hullabaloo, obviously, because they're both banned. Fafa, like we said earlier, is known for Soul Weaver, so we might see a Soul Weaver. Um, it's a map where there's a lot of little, um, you know, tight areas where webs can be, so maybe we will see a Soul Weaver, but I don't know about that. We'll have to see.
Definitely. Oh,
The
and
Ripper tease is crazy.
he did play Ripper in hospital before. Edging the wax now.
We're edging everyone.
Yeah, Axe Boy. I
Are we
mean,
sure about that, or is it just edging again? Oh,
oh,
very teasing. Fafa is very teasing with us.
yep. Ripper again. Ripper, Axe Boy.
I think he didn't have the time to pick.
I think so too. But,
But it's not. I don't know what the rules say about that. Technically, it's not our mistake.
I don't think it should be allowed to switch. But, let me see if it's. Is it is
I
it
don't know where the rules are. Oh, the rule book is here. Never mind. No, that's not the right rule book. Y'all, do you know where the rules are? I don't even know. I need to research in them right now.
Well, there's no. I don't think it's specified in the rules. I'm pretty sure it's if the other team allows them a remake, then they will.
I mean, I don't think it will
But
happen.
it seems like he'll still go for it.
Yeah.
And maybe it was meant to be. Actually, maybe he was actually trying to go for the Hellenberg, but we don't know. And
Anyways, let's take a look at the builds really quickly. We are having Puppeteer. Well, everyone with Borrow Time. Puppeteer broken windows. We are having both female dancer and psychologist with flywheel, and then the gravekeeper with tide. We are going to see psychologist spawning inside of hospital, gravekeeper right under it at the gate. We are seeing puppeteer at forest statues area, and then we are going to be seeing the female dancer at shack ruins.
Also, it seems like they said it's all right with they're all right with this pick, which it seems like it was a mistake, but they're still gonna play it through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Now, getting into the match, probably. I mean, you could go for the puppeteer. That because dancer is in ruins. I feel like it's a bit hard to go after dancer, but also and she sets up boxes, and it seems like he's gonna go for the puppeteer.
Yeah. So we are going to see Hellenberg, well, Fafa basically going for the puppeteer right now. Two ciphers being worked on already, 10% for both of them. We are going to start in Forest Rooms, downing the pallet very early. We are going to have a slow pallet breaking here. We don't even have insolence actually. We're having a trump card build. We have the flame ready if we need to use it, and we do have a patroller actually. So we're actually going to do the trick to double hit here with the flame.
Mhm. Also, we do have to remember that this is a person with a lot of you know um, practice on the puppeteer. They are currently first puppeteer on the server,
Yes.
probably expecting the double flame, so already setting up the you know the thing, but it seems like he will be getting double hit. Not even double hit, actually getting hit with no recovery from the hello.
Yeah, though because of this, it's making it so that he's not even first presence yet. He's only got a hit in total, meaning that he is going to have a lot of issues later game because no presence yet. We are seeing right now the ciphers one at 90, one at 80, and one at 70. We are not going for the rescues quite yet. Waiting, pushing these ciphers. Psychologist heading, leaving her cipher at the moment. Her cipher is, I believe, at 81% if I'm not wrong, or no, it's a cipher at 94. We are going to see the two other ciphers getting pushed, and I believe we are selling chair, making sure that he doesn't get the presence that he has. Now we see the Gravekeeper leaving his cipher. Cipher left at 87%, if I'm not wrong, and we are going to see everyone rotating once again. Like I said, selling the puppeteer, not giving any presence at all. We're just pushing as much as we can.
Hmm. So I mean, it is not a bad idea considering that again he has no presence, he has no influence. It's definitely the best choice. However, he will be going for the Gravekeeper, and mind you, the Gravekeeper gives presence with the shovel, so he's probably gonna reach the first presence very soon. Probably gonna set up these two pallets and going into shovel if he needs to. Yep. And right
Yeah.
now he's gonna switch targets. It seems the Cypher progress is okay. They actually have four Cyphers started, of which two are basically primed, and one is at 24, the other is at 9, but it's gonna be left as he's going towards it. Now, not quite actually going for the female dancer.
Oh, now we see
This.
the dungeon appearing, and it's going to be behind Shack.
Mhm. So, looking for where the dancer is, leaving the box that she set up, already having another patroller, might be able to do something about it considering she is playing dancer with. So, gonna set up the slow box, taking the patroller, you know, um, thing, trying to get away as much as she can. Not gonna get the hit yet, but might soon. Fly will, so she doesn't get the patroller hit, the patroller stun, and
And the
won't
flame
go.
actually left.
Mhm.
Now we're
So
at two ciphers.
yeah.
We're not even first presence yet. We don't hit her. We're waiting to get a double hit if possible. Ciphers are looking quite alright. Two ciphers, one at 60, one at 27%. And we are going probably to down this pallet here. We're really not hitting. We're really trying to get the double hit. And we are actually getting the double hit.
Yep, definitely a nice job from Fafa. We remember though that he's going to put the puppet on the cipher that is at 49, but at the same time they still have the shack cipher, which the psych will be going for, that is safer because it's so far away from this chair. It's actually on the opposite side of the map. At this point they have a good position for a tie, it seems. They do also know where the dungeon is, probably because dancer was on it before.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Gravekeeper here coming with the shovel, jumping out of it, not getting the rescue, no hits, but the female dancer is getting farmed and she is going to be down immediately after. Patroller is coming back in 1 seconds. It's back on. We're probably not going to use it. If female dancer can, she should not be giving an extra hit for the presence unless Fafa decides to not hit it. We're actually not going to hit. We're actually not going to take the presence at all.
Well, not full presence yet, and the cipher is at 80% now. The Griftkeeper is gonna try waiting, but actually gonna go for the psych. This low box is still here, which is gonna help a lot to
Oh, what are we doing
fight.
here?
Probably gonna destroy it shortly or not.
No, we're
They
just
might.
forcing the cipher to be not done.
Mhm. So now they're gonna go for the heal because there is a puppet on the cipher that is at 50%. They can still do so much within this match. Trying to flame. Flyball's probably a bit early. Gets hit through the pallet.
Yeah, and Flame here is leaving, not even gonna break the pallet. I think Papa thought of it, but decided not to go for it. And now we're actually gonna decide to break the box finally after so long. We are going to be destroying the puppet at the other side of the map, which means that he is only going to have one puppet on himself, which we are going to be leaving at the Shack Cipher. Now we are able to push the Cipher in forest currently at 56%. Female Dancer running around a little bit, trying to see what is going to happen. Uh, Gravekeeper is still pushing the Cipher. We are at 70%, and we are edging the puppet a little bit on the other side of the map. Female dancer here being found a little bit too close, honestly, but we're not even going for him. We're just straight up going for the cipher. We might just leave the puppet over here, but we're not, and we don't even have a flame to run with, so it's going to be a blank chase as of now. Teleport is back in 10 seconds. We are having Psychologist destroy the other puppet, which is going to leave Hellenberg puppetless for about 3 more seconds. First presence puppet is coming back. Ciphers are looking, it's almost primed, and the Cipher in Shack is now primed.
Probably just gonna pop it as soon as they see that he's going for the psych. Now, um, he'll try. He'll go for the dancer who's already been on chair before. At this point, he still has the TP up, so he might be able to actually do something about it. Trying to TP actually just now. They're not on the gate yet. I mean, the Gravekeeper was, but he had to leave because of the TP. Psyche gonna go back to the other gate very shortly.
Yeah, and we are going to be able to get our puppet, our second puppet, back online. We might just decide to leave the Gravekeeper. We're actually going to continue to chase. However, now we're giving the time to Psychologists to open it, and we're basically just giving them the opportunity to do it. We are going to get the red puppet hit. Very nice done here. And now we are going to try to head towards the other gate. We're not quite close enough though, and we are going to see Psychologist running into him and Female Dancer going around. No one is decoding any gates. Gravekeeper is left on the ground. He does have self heal, but it's not going to be quite enough at the moment.
Yeah.
There is a puppet standing right on him, and we are going to have here Psychologist actually getting hit and right over the basement too. We're turning this game very good. The tides are turning, the tables dead. Gravekeeper here is going to be able to get inside of Hospital, downing Birdcage Pallet. We might see Female Dancer going for the gate, um, which she is, but it's going to take some time. Puppets are a little bit far from the gate, and we're going to go back actually to where the Gravekeeper had been down, and now we're going back to the other side of the map, going for the psychologist, cheering her, not inside of the basement, actually outside of Shack, trying to pressure the gate as much as possible. No one is able to decode any gates as of now. Psychologist not able to get up, sadly. Gravekeeper opening a chest. We do have a female dancer running around, making sure to not be spotted, but she will be spotted here. Her blood trail, sadly.
Detention is over now. However, they could rescue the psych as there is no puppet on the gate, but it seems like the dancer is kind of running into the and actually might kill the Gravekeeper here.
Yeah, we do have TP back. We are having a flame back. We do have our two puppets ready for TP. One of them is on the gate, which is going to be a little bit difficult for the survivors here. We're trying to just not let the gates be touched here. Not even, we don't care about the survivors rescuing. We're just trying to push as much as possible, not leaving the gates being done. this here is how the Hellenberg can gain back his game. Female Dancer getting chased by the flame. Gravekeeper can't really do any gates because if he does the other gate, we're just gonna have him die because the puppet is there, and then we're just pushing the gates, like I said, and not letting anyone do anything as of now.
Leaving a puppet on the gate that is right next to them. Now, TP to it just yet, so they could potentially destroy it. I feel like from the beginning, the sec should have stayed on the gate. So now, all this prolonged kite is a result of them not being able to really do anything about it because he just kept pressuring so much, especially the Gravekeeper not having self heal. They should prioritize healing him at this point.
Sadly, yeah, here, sadly we're getting the hit. We are going to go back straight up to the gate, seeing that the female dancer is there. The puppet is on psychologist's body, and female dancer is going to take a hit. We could just use the normal teleport on the puppet to be go back if we see the gravekeeper going there, but as of now we don't, and we are going to place possibly the other puppet on to the gate. Yeah, going back to psychologist, picking her. Oh, actually, the pilot's done here, able to get here, and we are going to see female dancer going to the gate. We might just teleport on it. Yeah.
Yep. Very nice pressure from the hunter side. The Gravekeeper is on the other gate, currently at 50% of the puppet dismantling progress. Probably gonna open it. It is the 37% gate. He might be going for it actually, and he can't really do much about it. He's gonna try to open it. It's at 50 now already, but
Yeah, and we don't have any TP nor puppets because female dancer is destroying the other one, and we are going to have psychologists going for the other gate as well.
So it seems like this match will be a tie after all. Yep, already there. He doesn't have TP on the line, so he's probably gonna have to take the draw here.
So very nicely done considering that Hellenberg was probably not his pick in mind. Very well done.
Yep, definitely. So now we are 2-2 for this round 2. In
Yes.
total, it is 9-4. So for now, we'll be seeing Lobster's side going for
Yes.
survivors. I will be
Us.
inviting the
Hunter from E first, please.
Yep, will do. Seems like they are not on. I can't invite them because the captain is not on.
Oh, didn't work. There you go. Why is it not working? I keep putting the bands, but they finally added perfume.
Okay, I'm gonna have to leave the room real quick.
That's fine. I'll reinvite you after.
Mhm. Okay, you can invite me now.
All right.
Wait, I'm a little
Invite the hunter
confused.
first. It's fine. Just invite the hunter first so that they can play.
I'm inviting the person from EE. Currently waiting for them to invite the hunter so that we can start. Okay.
There we go. Now we can invite serves without clutter. Life is good.
Mhm. Yep. At this point, what Lobster needs is at least a free escape to be able to end this in round 2.
Yes, exactly. If we do get a draw here, it's not the end of the world. We need to draw the round at the very least to be able to go to round 3. Otherwise, we aren't going to lose the matchup. If we do get 3K or 4K, we are able to maybe win the matchup of the round 3.
Yep. Already ready, and we'll be starting very soon. Just waiting for the last 2 people to press ready.
Yes.
I mean, they could still go Doman or Hullabaloo, so it isn't considered over. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
they have both Goatman and Hullabaloo. They might ban one of the two. Probably. I mean, at this point, I would go for maybe a Hullabaloo ban and just go for the Goatman and counter picking him. At this point, it's easier. But they did use both Puppeteer and Perfumer. They could go for the Psych. But I don't know.
Well,
Yep.
we're actually gonna ban Halablu, yeah.
Yeah, it does make more sense to go for a Goatman counter pick because Goatman is a bit easier to handle. Hospital isn't maybe his best map, considering the building itself is a bit hard to move in it, and a lot of blind spots for not only the survivors but especially the hunter who has to set up cages. It's not really the easiest character to play. He's very good on Ruins Bow and the Shack as well, going for novelist and professor. So it seems like they will be going for counter counter picking strategy.
Yeah, probably Anne, actually.
Mm. We'll be seeing a psych ban, which makes a lot of sense at this point. Going for a
Oh,
prisoner,
not picking him
maybe.
yet.
Hmm?
Are we?
Maybe
Yeah.
not. I mean, here's the thing: do you really want to chase somebody in hospital?
Yeah,
I
you're
don't.
right.
I mean, I feel like this map kind of allows you to play the coders no matter what, just because of the fact that the hospital is just such a survivor-sided map. And we'll be seeing the first officer ban, so probably gonna be seeing the rescuer pick here. They do still have the gravekeeper open, so they could go for him if they wanted to. But we'll be seeing forward actually, so it seems that they are going to try and push for the free escape now, or well,
Yeah.
in general, to win.
So with the forward, it's probably not a Anne counter pick, obviously. Professor Novelist, yes, because they can do great. Professor can now, immune to the stun, or decide to go for the hit, and Novelist can swap, making the cats not getting it properly.
It is a very strong team comp for this map. So I wonder what this hunter will pick.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the traits first, and we are going to see already some of the traits. Novelist traits is actually called 8v2, so dual hunters. That's interesting. Um, but
Probably
that's
a
fine.
something like
Yeah,
that.
probably a Suya build.
I'm very interested in the prisoner build because if it is what it's called, it's gonna be a tied broken windows, and we are actually going to see a Goatman pick.
Still very solid picks against Goatman. Like you said, Prisoner is probably not going to be chased because he's in the hospital. We are going to have Professor and Novelist, which can do great things against Goatman still, especially Professor can, tank the hit and not. And get some extra distance, break the cage even. Forward can make distance if he needs to. It's going to be a little bit harder to harass in case the Goatman puts a cage, but it still is doable.
Mm-hmm. Right now, just waiting for the build to be over, and now we'll be seeing the spawn selection. So we'll be confirming that both Forward and Prisoner have tied Broken Windows or Knee Jerk. The Professor will have Borrow Time and Flywheel, and the Novelist will have Full Kite build.
Three Sui still is a lot, honestly. We're we're just expecting to get, I think, the two escape in this case, maybe even three if possible. Of course, if we get the two escape, it's a tie for the round, and it's gonna give the advantage to um, Lobster still because they just need to tie the next round once again to be able to win the matchup. Or here, if we get the 3-man escape or the 4-man escape, we get a win of Lobster.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As long as they get at least a free escape, they will win the round. And with that, the matchup. Even then, they can go for just getting as many points as they can if they want to prolong to round free, and then be able to win based off of points. But we'll be seeing that shortly.
Yeah,
So the for the Goatman, the point is trying to get at least a free kill. This is not gonna be easy against this team comp, but it is definitely not impossible, especially
yeah,
with the
for sure.
Goatman. As long as you don't chase the, you know, as long as you don't go for a prisoner. I know that it's like controversial, but Chasing in hospitals Goatman is a
It's
bit
very hard.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the cage could put you outside of the hospital, making you drop from 2 floors, and then you
Yeah.
lost all your distance. Or just the cage in general could make you lose your trades, because the prisoner or the chase in general could just drop down or go on the other side. It's
Hmm.
very confusing, very tight walls, so we'll have to see what is going to happen.
Hmm. Going through middle, actually, I don't know if we'll be seeing an actual prisoner chase. It seems like he's going to go for the professor um hiding right now. He did touch the cipher for a little bit, not seeing him just yet, and going towards the novelist who oh going back for the
Oh, we're
professor.
actually seeing
Good.
him. Yeah, and now we do have a lot of energy. We are seeing peepers on this build, so we might drop one right here, and we are going to be able to start that first chase. Uh, chase going, oh, just a little bit off, and we are going to see the professor breaking the cage actually, and we're not able to TP back on it, and we are having already to use the second cage and the shield here already being used. And we are able to do a beautiful shield in breaking the cage. 2 cages down already, and we are going to have to use a third one almost right away. Uh, we are getting the normal hit here, unfortunately, hitting the chip immunity
Yeah.
from Professor. Very well done, honestly. And then getting into the stairs, sadly. The window is blocked, fortunately, for the Goatman outside of the window, and we are getting the pallets done.
Yep. The professor made it to a hospital, which may not be exactly ideal because now it's gonna be hard to chase. Dropping down. Actually, he's looking at ciphers. It seems. Going in front of the two pallets, in front of Birdcage. But at this point, he already gets another pallet on, and two ciphers are already done.
Yeah, we are going to continue chasing him, which is not necessarily the best options, but we are seeing the professor still kiting here. The shield is back up in 7 seconds, which is really close, honestly. And we're gonna try to bait the pallet, and we're not getting the pallet hit, and the shield is now ready, and we're actually inside the hospital with that, not getting the cage very well done here, sadly. And the novelist is going to be switching and running, and cage is gone, so everyone is outside, and now we are going to be able to get the cage, the shield on the hit once again, and we are able to break it. Another cage. No, not even first presence yet. No chair. Yeah, no chairs yet, and we are seeing already one cipher at 80%, two in between 25. So it is going to be a very, very rough game. We do have the novelist using the flywheel here, missing the hit, going through and getting their second hit of the game. Getting first presence here, but not enough energy for another cage. And we are already seeing one of the ciphers at 95%.
Oh, waiting. Gets through the cage, has a book, so it's gonna switch. Going to try and might be seeing the professor trying to help. Yep,
Ooh,
very
we're
nice
able to get
job.
a chip hit here, and two ciphers left already, both of them at 50 and 60%.
Yep. Trying to harass. They are very close to each other. All these ciphers are very close, as you can see. They're kind of cipher locked in this situation because they have the corner, they have the triple pallet, the hospital, and forest. So they are all positioned in a straight line, which is a favorable position to the Goatman. However, he also does not have um any chair
Any
yet.
chairs, yeah. Which is going to cost him a lot of things here because no chairs right now is basically giving the advantage to survivors. Still four survivors running. Even if the ciphers are, like you said, all lined up on the same side of the map, the all the survivors are running. It's going to be very, very hard to try to put pressure on the map. There's too many survivors running around. We are able to push the ciphers. One of them is at 85 and the other one is at 75. And now we are finally full presence and 50 in energy. But look here, because of the ciphers being pushed, we have to swap targets again. And one of the ciphers pot. And now we are going to be able to see our first share unless the forward gets that hit.
Yep, probably gonna see them start the birdcage or corner cipher. He will lock the forward in the cage. Maybe won't go for it actually. So they're gonna try to pressure the cipher while the professor decodes another one. At this point, they just have to be patient with the other one. He was able to get a chair, which is okay. However, we do have to remember that if he wants to get a free kill, he probably needs more. So he's gonna have to work something up here to be able
Yeah,
to.
And right now it's just a difficult position because overall he just needs a draw to tie this round, but it doesn't even look like it's going to be a draw. The Cypher is already at 50%, but we also have one at 86, and we can continue to push it a little bit. But we are cutting near, and it's at 90 now, and we are going to break the cage here. Not enough energy to put another cage down, which means that we can't even push on the Cypher. It is at 95, and the other one is at 70, and we are getting Palace stun here.
The other one that's right next to the Goatman will push it, and he does have the tension, so he can get the Novelist without hitting the cage. He will block the. Oh, very nice job for the forward. He does have flywheel off. However, trying to. They're all on this gate, which is a bit risky for them. The prisoner will vault. Oh,
Whoa, that was really close, honestly. Really sad for the Goat Man here. Could have gotten the hit on the Novelist, just not close enough. And now we're going to try to go for the Professor, and we are going to... The Excitement Swap! And we're actually going to be able to get the down here on the Professor, and we are going to let him on the ground a little bit. We'll let him rot, try to get someone else down.
yeah, at this point, the problem is that the gate is at 85%. It takes very short amount of time. We'll get the down on forward as well.
We might be getting a draw here, actually, which is all he needs to tie this round. Going to be very hard, though, and we see the Novelist with a
And
scale here, possibly able to get a rescue.
reminder that the prisoner still has the tide.
The
If he
shock,
can, if
too.
he
Oh,
can
the
make
tide, you're right.
if he can make it to this rescue, it is actually a very favorable position for them, as they can get the gate open and they can free escape at least.
Forward might get up too, so we are needing to go back to that chair here. Forward does get up, and he might try to stun. We don't know. And we get the tide. Oh my god! And this is actually maybe even a 4 escape at this point, because the forward can potentially stun Novelist here, and it is a 4 escape.
And it seems like this will be a 4 escape for Lobster's side. Risked a lot at the end, but it was worth it when they were able to win this big time, let's say.
Yeah, and it is
Goatman,
another round 7-2, which ends up at 14-4, if I'm not wrong.
yep. Goatman really tried to recover from the beginning, and he was doing a great job. But however, the fact that survivors also all had self heal, they could heal, they had tide. It was just too many resources on the on the line. He couldn't really do anything about it. But that prisoner tide really came in clutch.
Yeah, for sure.
So congratulations to both teams. They really worked hard for this. Lobster will be advancing to the week 3 of this tournament. And I want to thank you to both teams for participating, and thank you to everybody here who watched the stream.
Yeah, thank you very much, and have a good time. We will have another matchup at 5 p.m. EST. It is going to be Iron Thorns versus Let Them Cook.
Yep, 14 minutes, guys. Make sure to tune in on the stream. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. This was Seven and Polaris commentating. Thank you, everyone. And also thank you, Killer Boss, for hosting the stream. And we'll be seeing you guys in 14 minutes.